Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. And I've got to say, a shite afternoon. But anyway, today we're reviewing from the Brewed project. It's their breakfast brew, made using surplus bread and coffee. I don't know, I get surplus coffee, unless it's left over from coffee machines or something. Don't know. Obviously it's not instant coffee. But anyway, it says here, it's 4.9%, a dark sweet porter brewed with surplus ingredients, pleasantly complemented with hints of toasted brown bread and vanilla. This enticing porter leaves a delightful coffee flavour on the palate to be enjoyed at any time of the day. And not really at breakfast, eh? Unless you're hardcore. I mean, if you're hardcore, aren't you? Although, to be fair, if you come off a night shift and you've got home a couple of beers to get you up, help you sleep, you can't blame anybody for that. Because I've done night shifts and it ain't easy trying to get to sleep. I used to have half a pint of Bacardi. That helped me. Slept like a baby, even in the middle of the day. So, lovely black, neon black pour with a just slightly off-white head. Coffee aroma straight away. There's definitely a sweetness in the aroma as well. Very nice. So yeah, Magpie Brewery have something to do with this. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's Magpie, an arm of Magpie, or a collaboration brew. £2.50 a bottle. And they also do Baker's Pale Ale, same sort of thing. Let's just check about them. Home. Yeah, it doesn't really say hotels. So yeah, it started off a great day. Sunshine, it was warm, and it started to get cloudy, and you're like, well, at least it's not raining. And then what happened? It absolutely pissed it down. Good strong coffee on the aroma, on the taste. Yeah, really good. So I had a couple of wines last night. I've gone through my spirits, and I thought I want to get to sleep. So come down the shed, and I got the old third of a pint, because that's what these are, and drank 3 of them. So quick pint of wine, and I had a good sleep. Well, I forgot to turn the computer off. Woke up at 6. Woke up. Fucking hell, computer's on. Turned the computer off 6 in the morning. That was when I was waking up anyway to go to work. And then yeah, that was that. And then bloody hell, I've not charged my phone either. So I must have fell asleep in quite a hurry. The things you do, when you've had a drink. So I've just put my gazebo back up because obviously the winds have gone, and the fucking thing's torn like a twat on the roof. The sides are fine, but the roof's torn like an idiot, and not impressed with the quality, the build quality of the material. I mean, we've had an IKEA gazebo. I mean, it's up now. I've had it about 8 years. It's got some tears in it, but it's still pretty decent for what it is. The frame's gone a bit, but in 8 years, you don't mind. You've had your money's worth. This thing, I've had no money's worth out of it. So getting the hot tub room built quickly is definitely going to have to be a thing. I think it's going to cost me about 400 quid, because I've managed to source some wood and to build it. And obviously, because when you've got a hot tub, you have to drain it so often. So I can't have a sealed room, not like a shed where you could seal the shed. So there's going to have to be like a. It's not going to be. Yeah, I'll have to have some where the. I'll have it sealed so far, and then where the like the tap is, where you drain out, that I'll have to have a bit of a soak away thing on that going off. Something to ponder. Although it looks like we're going to buy a new hot tub anyway soon, so another thing to ponder. I'd love one of them £4,500 jobs, but yeah, I ain't got it. And couldn't really justify spending that much money, but would love one, obviously. But then again, I'd still buy it. I'd still build a hot tub room for it to go into. And I'm thinking of doing a hot tub room, then getting pallet wood and actually pallet cladding the inside with pallet. So one, it keeps the warmth in, and it looks as rustic as you can get. Have some shelves sticking out. Got some good ideas for it. It's definitely going to be a good winter time job. First things first is to get the floor done, put the wood, screw in. You know, take a chunk of wood out, screw in on all four sides. Probably put an extra one in the middle, and then obviously get the bloody roof on and get the felt on. Because at least then you can build the sides, and that once the structure's up and the roof's on, you can build the sides. But I'm not buying another gazebo again. Waste of bloody money. All the 120 quid I spent on that, I could have spent on something else. I mean, we've had some fun, not fun, but we've had some time in there this summer, and it's nice to be in a waterproof gazebo, I must admit. So anyway, back to this. Oh, it's definitely got some twang to it. I mean, it says here the profits are tackling child food poverty, and you know, completely vegan, locally sourced hops, environmentally conscious brewery. And you know, in a world where there's a lot of people with a lot of money sharing the wealth out and supporting charities, you know, it's got to be the way forward. BrewDog are doing a similar thing with their brewery. They bought so many acres of land and they're going to plant trees on there. And if you can do that sort of thing, do it. The world can be saved if the rich people of the world and countries all work together to plant trees, to, you know, you've got vast areas of the world. You could create jobs for people. You could create sustainable forests that you can chop down the wood, but you chop down, you replant, chop down, replant. Flipping heck. So easy to do. There's no need for any of it really. Too much greed, unfortunately. So you may have noticed I actually posted that cherry beer review last night, and it was from a month ago. Someone says to me, "Oh, you don't look very well today." It was a month ago. I was a very different person a month ago. I'm a lot better today. Although I've actually had one of them days today where I was a bit anxiety, and then it went, and then I had a thing where my sugar levels went a bit low. It only happens like once in a blue moon. It's probably when I don't eat enough, or you know, not had some sugar. And I went red hot. It's chucking it down with rain. You should be freezing. I'm absolutely roasting and sweating, and it happens only ever so often. I mean, I can't remember the last time it happened. Probably a year ago. I usually eat some chocolates and I'm fine afterwards. So I don't think it's a diabetes or anything like that thing. I just think it's sometimes your levels get too low. Probably not eating enough. So I'm having to sort out today. Brought all the wood down to the bottom of the garden. It looks like I'm going to have to put two new fence panels in as well when we do the hot tub room, because we've got some new neighbours at the back. We've got new neighbours at the back and new neighbours on the side. I haven't seen them yet. I've got to weigh them up. But we want to, there's jobs we want to get done and get the garden ready for the next year. I'm looking now, and moving to this new workplace has helped me really, because I need to dig my garden up and I need to get rid of a load of plants and then put the plants in that I want to put in, not just, you make mistakes with gardens, and I want to do that. Anyway, back to the beer. I've also got to sort this bloody beer room out. I've got a repair on the floor to do. Shitty B&M floor. Sort all my cushions out, because with all this rain, we're not going to be going sitting on the decking anytime soon. And you feel like it's that time of the year, it being so wet and miserable. It's like that time of the year you think, all right, start battering down the hatches, covering things back in tarpaulins and that. So I don't really want to do it just yet, but it's not looking good at the moment with all this rain we're having. I've got my gazebo on the top of the decking, and I'm looking at getting that sorted out and putting my ratting furniture back under there so it dries off a bit. Things you have to do. And then with this weather we have in this country, you'll do that, and then all of a sudden it'll be 25 degrees the next day, and you think, oh bloody hell, I have to get it all out again. But then again, we've had some good time on the in the garden this year, especially during lockdown. Every day we were sat outside. As soon as I got home from work, mind you. I've got so many ideas for this new job that I'm doing, to make basically a kitchen garden, to be sustainable, grow your own vegetables and stuff, and grow your own spinach, radish, cabbage, tomatoes, rhubarb and stuff like that. And it's all good press as well, for any hotel that grows its own, it's good press. And I actually want to do, and if I get the chance I will, I actually want to put in a dahlia border. Grow thousands of flipping dahlias. Harvest as much, if things go to plan, then I'm going to harvest as much as I can seeds this year. So I'm not even worried about the dahlias this year, taking the dead heads off. I'm going to leave them there, let them grow and flower and go to seed. But I'm going to harvest as much seed as I can. And then if the polytunnel goes ahead, and in the spring months, sow thousands and thousands of seeds, and try, and because I've got to get the grasses like up here at the moment, so it's about that high, so I've got to get it down, get the grass down, and then rotivate or spray it off with weed killer, rotivate it, or try and get a rotivate it, and basically I want to try and put in a massive dahlia border. And once you've got it in, dahlias, they as long as you can keep the eye on the slugs, but put some slug pellets down, you're laughing, because they'll come back, and they'll come back bloody strong, especially if it's in a wet condition. So where's these guys? It's all about sustainability. Obviously not spending too much money, giving back. It's exactly in some ways what I do as a gardener. Trying to grow plants, trying to be sustainable, taking seed heads and that and growing my own. And even now, I've just got rid of about 1,000 plants up to this new place, and I've potted up this week again, probably close to about 500 again, ready for them to grow. And then I've also got loads of seedlings and other plants as well that I and hopefully if we do get a polytunnel with and put chippings down on the floor, chippings about wood chippings that is, about that thick, they generate heat. So it's like having your own hot air inside. And yeah, it's once you get the heat in as well, it brings the plants on massively. And interesting, good projects, you know. Positivity. Can't believe where I am now, and I've only been in the job a week. Yeah, it's been a week. Flipping heck. And I've done so much work in a week. And you couldn't, if you'd been away for a week. And my boss, he's been in Norfolk for a week. I've been sending him photos, but obviously photos are one thing, but to come and look round and think, oh, and I just love that I've made a difference, you know. And like Disney do, Walt Disney, his ethos was, it's never finished. There's always room for improvement. There's always room to plus it, to make it better. And that's how it should be. And even if you do something, you think, no, I don't like that, I'll do it better. Always the way. Oh, so it lived up to its name. I've definitely got the coffee. Got some vanilla. The bread side of things, I don't know. I'm not sure if I can taste bread. Let's try and do it, because to be honest, I've just been drinking it, not really taking notice. There's a hint of bread there, isn't there? And obviously, if you're going to try and pick out flavours, you need not to be in quaffing mode or drinking mode. You have to be in sit down, swallow a bit, and try and pick out those flavours. All I can say is they made a damn nice beer. Only 4.9%, so not too strong, but oh yes, it's a nice one. And obviously, with autumn, we're in autumn now. Well, actually September's autumn, but it feels like autumn now. So once autumn arrives, it's it's a case of seeing where things go, I suppose, doesn't it? You know, seeing the new beers come out. Obviously, Halloween's coming, and I'm really disappointed that Morrison's haven't gone back to doing seasonal beers again. Because they used to have some great seasonal beers. They're Halloween beers, Christmas beers, and that. And for them to get rid of it, I always bought every single beer I could, even before I did reviews, just to try the new beers out. You know. It is a shame, and it's a shame that other companies don't follow suit. I mean, a company... Oh, that just broke off? Bloody hell. Yeah, it's a pity other companies don't follow suit. I mean, I think, if you're going to do... Say, you do specials, and Adventure Beer are a good, who I got this from, they could ask around at breweries and say, look, we want to do a Halloween Halloween beer box, like 12 bottles, all Halloween specials, and then you do a Christmas special box. You know, it's got to be the thing, hasn't it? I love reviewing Christmas beers. I mean, I bought a load last year and I just kept reviewing them. And yeah, it's good. In fact, I might try and to brew a Christmas beer. I fancy doing one. I think I've just spent £100 last night at Drink Supermarket. Bought the world's strongest beer, so looking forward to reviewing that live. That'll be interesting. I might do a couple of live ones first, and before I review that, once we get to 1,000, and just see how my phone is, if it's any good for that. I did have a Samsung Edge before, 6 Edge, and this is the Samsung Ace something or other, I don't know. Bloody phones. But it's still a Samsung, so you'd think the quality would be near enough there. And the cheaper phones are crap quality. So, thoroughly enjoyed that. Coffee throughout, hint of vanilla. There's a hint of vanilla, and you certainly get a little bit of bread in the taste. I wouldn't say a lot, but yeah, definitely a nice beer. And you've got to admire the message they're putting across, tackling child poverty, or profits to get to child poverty. No child should go hungry. You know, we're very lucky in Britain. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff we moan about and that, but we're not living in war-torn countries where parents and that are fleeing the countries. And yeah, we don't like people coming here and robbing us of our benefit system, but then again, I only have to look across the road. The white English family across the road, they're all doldosses. They've all got loads of kids. They're all fleecing the system for every little penny they can get, and they're not very nice people as well. And that's the thing. On the whole of this street, we've got 3 neighbours who are dickheads basically. And the one down the road, he was a drug dealer. He stopped dealing drugs now, and he's got it's either an autistic son or grandson. I think it's actually his grandson. And so they've actually got better. He's still a dickhead, but he's got better. Them across the road, horrible people. And then we've got the idiot at the top of the street as well. Loud-mouthed, gets pissed up every night. I mean, I can't fault for getting pissed up, but yeah, it's the music and that. It's the total disrespect during lockdown. And, and it is about respect, isn't it? About, not being a dickhead to your neighbours. Sadly, so many are. But, that's life, I suppose. Right. Lovely beer. Out of 5 then. 4.2 out of 5. Yes. Very decent. Went down a treat. Ugh. Bloody weather. And that's it for this beer review. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, see you soon. Well, in about 5 minutes actually, because I'm going to do another beer review now. Yay! Crack 2 in. It's raining. I'm not going back out in the rain for 10 minutes. Cheers.